Welcome to Rapid Rants episode 6. We got some awesome topics for you today. The first one's going to be a high school that's getting petitioned to have litter boxes put in the bathroom for students who identify as animals. The second one, we're going to get into the relationship kind of thing. Is it the little things that really count? That's going to be a good talk. And then I also came across a video that showed international school lunches compared to the USA. And let me tell you, the USA is not looking great. The last topic, we're going to talk about all these crazy ass, deadly social media trends that have been in the past and what makes people do it. So let's get started on the first topic, the litter boxes.
High school, there was a petition to get litter boxes in our bathroom
for furries, girls that identify as cats and dogs and whatnot.
The principal went on leave because of the stress of this,
and they ended up taking shits in the sink, in the toilet sink.
Because they wanted to identify as cats and dogs.
How old were they?
They were younger than
17,
us.
16.
15, 14. Maybe. Maybe, yeah. That is crazy.
Yeah. It's just outrageous.
Whangarei, shit town.
Don't go to Whangarei.
Never.
I think Blaze wants to go first.
I have questions. I'll wait for the timer. I have questions. Did the girls or guys, whichever ones that identify as cats, take a crap in the sink? Is that what she said?
That's
exactly what she said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no litter boxes, so we're just gonna, defecate in a sink.
I'm not serious. It's not real life.
It's wild, man. It's wild. And also, this was an all-girls school too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that's crazy behavior from anybody, but I would have expected it more from like a high school boy. That just sounds like
so. They identify as cats and dogs, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the few questions that I have there now, I was thinking about this. One, if you're a cat and you're a dog, why are you going to school? You carrying like a little book bag. But then the second question is, how are you communicating? Are you like meowing? Are you barking? Are you like wagging your, little tail?
That's what I'm saying. They can't have it both ways. I was downtown. West Palm Beach. I was at a coffee shop with my boy. As y'all know, I love my coffee. I was at a coffee shop with my boy, and literally, girl walked in, tail, whiskers. It's like July.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, maybe there's some. They Broadway. They got like a little club down there. Maybe they're doing cats something. No. She let us know that she identified as a cat, and it just bothered me. I should have said something, but I didn't. But now, since you asked that question, it's like, why are you even talking? Why aren't you just meowing?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You can't have it both ways.
Well, that was even like an episode with It's Always Sunny. Like Dennis's ex-wife, she like transformed her whole face to have the facial features of a cat, and she would meow and lick her hands. So like, are we? Are we getting to that level? Like, what?
This is getting insane.
Yeah, well, okay, so as people of our generation, the world has changed so much, especially with identities and things like that. And a lot of it for years, it was like, I'm not against it, but it was just hard for me to understand, and I was fortunate enough to have a teenage daughter when all this really started becoming popular. So she's made me understand a lot of things or whatever. She's 18 years old now. And I asked her about the situation, about the litter boxes. And even she said, this is too much. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to limit the identities that people can claim to humans. I think we, at least you have to identify as something human.
Well, that's like the issue, right? We have become so open, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we're accepting anything and everything that people are saying. Like, okay, so I want to identify as a cat. I want to identify as a dog. Maybe I want to identify as a ferret. Like, what? At what point did you realize, like, okay, I'm a cat. I'm not a human. I'm a dog. Like, when did that happen? Like 14, 15 years old? That's like recess time.
Okay, that's exactly what my daughter said. She said it's like these people are just playing pretend.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't give attention to that.
No.
Krishana, but now, because I'm completely just just to hell with my country right now. I might go over there with you. Are people out there identifying as freaking cats and dogs?
I bet they are. I mean, I've seen like people who have this type of fetish, like walking as cats and dogs and are taken for a walk and are treated like them. But the question that I have is like, okay, they want to have the freedom to pretend like there are cats or dogs, but on the other hand, they still want to want to have the treatment as a human being and having all the rights,
Exactly.
So it's a little bit controversial right there.
Well, in Germany, like America is all about, you go on TikTok and you can't scroll for too long without finding someone talking about their identity and what they identify as. Is that so prevalent in Germany?
Yeah, I think in Europe as well. Maybe it's not being so commercial, but I think the trend is everywhere in the world. I mean, there are some countries with cultures where they just try to keep it on the low and not make it so public. But I think there are so many people with so many type of weird I can't judge, but like this type of way they try to live. So I think our generations now in the century we live in, that's totally normal for them to live how they feel, whatever. So,
and you said something very interesting. You said trend. Are we viewing this as a trend? Like, has it becoming a trend to identify as something different, or is that genuinely how people feel?
I think it's a lot of trend based, to be honest.
Yeah,
because
I mean, especially in high school.
Starts and then it's over, and they just jumping on something else.
I can't do it. I'm trying my best in my mind to take this serious. It's like somebody had to have the idea. You know what? Sid? I think I'm a cat.
Sid.
Really? Yeah.
No, but
what?
Who cleans the litter boxes?
I don't know.
Who's supposed to clean?
The janitor.
I would quit my job so quickly if I was a janitor and I had to clean human poop out of a litter box. There's no.
Do you think they move the sand on it just to like get it all clumped up when they pee too, like an actual cat? Yeah, just like.
No, look. You said cats. You said there are some students that are cats and dogs. So we know that the cats go to the litter box. What do they do with the dogs?
They go outside.
Are they free range? Are they like free range animals? Like are they free range cats, free range dogs, or are they on a leash?
I ain't going near none of the trees.
Well, who knows? They might do it like in front of the school.
Imagine them at lunch. Hey Todd, what's up?
Like they lost all form of communication. Like, dude.
Hey bro, could you walk me to the cafeteria, please?
I'm just like sitting next to them, like, can I get some food? Like, give him the sad puppy dog eyes.
That's so insane, to be honest. Like, okay, the next trend gonna be like, okay, I'm a unicorn, and the next one gonna be like something else. I don't get it.
I'm not done. I wish we had another 8 minutes.
We can go through all the scenarios of this.
I'm talking about they bet not ever have a mailman come to the school. I can't do it. Oh my God. Man. This is insane.
The dogs chasing the cats around.
What's the resume of it? They try to do this now, and then afterwards they analyze I don't know, their behavior of using the bathroom, or what is like the quintessence out of it. I don't get it.
Class.
No, there's nothing to get. And yeah.
Quiet, class, quiet. Sit. Good boy.
That's it. All right. Next topic.
Oh my God.
He got home from overtime yesterday and he was like, I'm starving. I'm going to order Mexican food. What do you want? And I was like, I just ate with the baby. I'm not hungry. I don't need anything. Promise, I'm good. I'm fine. I said, I'm fine. 20 minutes later, DoorDash shows up and his food, of course, smells delicious and the regret sits in my soul. This is how I know I have a soulmate, because the first thing he pulls out of that bag was a burrito, not for him, for me.
Top comment says he knew what was necessary to protect his own food. You know how women often say it's the little things that matter the most? This is an example of that. He said, Josh, I asked him, I said, what was the straw that broke the marriage's back? And he's like, I stopped getting her favorite snack at the grocery store that I used to always get. And she said for her, that was the last straw. Because a lot of guys will get confused because they think it's some grand thing that's like, well, I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do this. But at the end of the day, those little micro behaviors tell a larger story about how much you actually care about her, right?
My husband cracked the damn code on me. He got.
So we're gonna run the timer, and my first statement is 100% that dude was just trying to protect his food. It turned out to be the luckiest move he could have made, but he knew if he didn't get her that burrito, half of his was going to her. There was no second thought. That's absolutely the driving force behind him ordering that burrito. But the guy has a point.
Who wants to go first?
The man.
Okay.
Let's hear from the male.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. So I stand on. I'd have done the same thing to make sure that you know, I didn't have to split my food if I was that hungry. But I mean, like I said, the guy does have a point because it is the little moments, the things that you do without even, you know, processing it, the decisions that you make at the grocery store, just like, oh, you know, I know she likes these, let me grab this. I know that she needs, you know, whatever. Once you do stop doing those little things, it really, I think it becomes more of like a friendship feeling than a relationship, than as someone who truly understands you.
Fellas, I don't know how much we can express this. The little things always matter.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if you just planning on being with, you know, shorty for like a few months or so and it ain't no real thing, whatever, do what you do. But if you looking for a lifetime with this person, you got to keep things fresh, and keep things fresh don't always mean just in the bedroom or buying crazy gifts. It's the little things, bro. It is the little things freaking matter. And dude had angels and Jesus with him for that situation right there.
You know, I think it is really important. The little things definitely matter, especially if you're doing it. Like when that happens, it's like, oh, wow, they really care. Oh, wow, they thought of me. You know, I think that's what the little things are. It's like you're thinking of me in this moment when you're doing something. One issue that I had with the video was when he said that the straw that broke the camel's back was him not getting her favorite candy bar. Yeah. I think that's a little bit extreme. Like, I understand what they're trying to say, but it builds up to it. And that's where communication comes into play. You know, I also think that men can't read women's minds. Men can't read anyone's mind. So we have to communicate as the things that we want. And then that can move forward. But just to be like, he was thinking of her, you know, might have been to protect her food. But if she said no, a lot of people won't get it, or they might. But I think it's important to realize that they can't read our minds. So in order for us to get what we want, we got to communicate it. I think that's important.
Big facts.
No doubt. Quashana, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's a way of, you know, respect and being attentive towards your partner. So this is like the small things. If you know, like, a partner has a stress day, you just do small things to cheer that person up. If you know, like, okay, how can I relieve some stress? How can I, you know, like, be supportive? I think it's really important to do those small things to show and how much you appreciate that person, even in hard times, right? And also vice versa, it's like the small things that kind of literally pisses you off. Like, you know, if someone
that's a good
like, oh, okay, you know, like, oh, I'm done with the food, I'm gonna just let the plates and stuff put it in the sink. Like, okay, I'm the one who's supposed to clean it up, right?
You just struck a chord with Leslie right there.
Oh, so yeah, those are the small things. Like if you finish your drink and the other person just getting something to drink but doesn't offer you anything, that's like, okay, that's coming from. So next time I cook something, I'll eat all that shit by myself.
And another thing, guys, don't start what you can't finish. You feel me? Don't start. Don't like in the beginning be the one that opens the door all the time, and then you just stop opening the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the beautiful thing about my relationship is, I don't have to open the door at all.
You set the bar real low in the beginning.
Yeah, he did. He was like, I'm not gonna do this 10 years later.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I have to open the door. You know what I'm saying? Even when she tries to open the door, I turn into one of the things that she'll tell you. I turn into one of the things that identify as cats and dogs. She'll go to open the door. I'm like, her. She'll go, okay, I'm sorry. I'll run over there, open it. Here you go, my love. They gotta get used to it, you know. But still, they appreciate those things, and I agree with you, Leslie, with the fact that she was like, "Oh, it's the straw that broke the camel's back," or whatever. That's a little insane. You know what I'm saying? That's a little crazy. You feel me? But if you decide to get with someone and you know that they're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you will, get it right.
I mean, hey, my husband knows how I am, and he stuck around. So,
well, Quishana brought up a great point, and it's the little things that can keep a relationship going, but it's also the little things that can destroy a relationship. And that's not saying not doing the little things that they like; it's doing the little things that drive them crazy, and the dishes thing, all those kind of things. It's a big deal. Those little things, especially, but then like Leslie talked about, if there is a little thing that they're doing that's bothering you, if there is a little thing that they used to do that they're not doing anymore and that's bothering you, communicate that. Have a talk, and it doesn't have to be like a super serious, like, I can't believe you don't get me this candy from the store anymore. You can be like, hey, I used to really appreciate when you come home from the store with a little Milky Way, and I just knew you were thinking of me when you were at the store when I said, and like drop the hints, and you got to be already pick up the hints.
Exactly,
and that's a great way to actually say that. I think like sometimes when we do to communicate, it's like, we've reached a breaking point and now we're aggressive at it. They're not going to want to do it after you yell at them. Like, no, it goes back to what you say. Like, I appreciate when you did this. Like, you have to communicate at a level-headed.
And know your partner. I know there's homeboys of mine who always say that they're a little too sensitive, and someone may have that approach. Hey, I used to like when you do that, and then immediately they're like, so what are you trying to say? So know your partner, and then strategize the right way to make that approach.
It's important. It's very important. And I think Quishana. Go.
Sorry, no, I just said, like, you mentioned an important aspect right there, communication. Like, female communicates different than men, and I think our problem sometimes is just, instead of addressing it directly, we assume like he should be able to read my mind. He should be, knowing what type of stuff I like, and
the assumption is a problem.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think that's also something you just have to be straight out. Sometimes, I don't want to generalize it, but sometimes they just don't get it if you don't say it right away. And being direct
to say it.
That's true.
But then that's the thing. Like, I learned how to become direct because I was in that moment where it's like, well, he should know what my favorite candy bar is. He should know that I like this, whatever it may be. I always assume that he should know, but it's like, no, I like it when you do this. I really appreciate it when you do that. Or, hey, can you do this for me, please? Little things like that. So it's a learning progress for sure.
No doubt. I gotta say, a little thing my girl does for me.
Well, guess we'll never know.
It's done. She knows where everything I need is. It's amazing. I could put something down, have no idea what she did 3 days ago, what I did with it 3 days ago. And she's like, oh no, it's in the corner of the room under the one piece of paper. I'm like, what? All right. Next time.
Craziest things that I've ever seen. So if you have not seen what school lunches look like from around the world, you need to watch this. So like I said, this is what school lunches actually look like from around the world, and I need every country to tap into this and let us know if this is true. Starting off strong with the US, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, this is giving it justice. It looks worse than this, but okay. And by the way, just to let everybody know, our milk cartons barely ever even come out in liquid form. But oh, hey everyone, this is what they look like in Brazil. It literally looks like it was picked fresh from the garden. And then this is what they supposedly look like in Italy. Fresh pasta. And then this is what they look like in Finland. It literally just looks so healthy. And then here's South Korea. I mean, do you see a theme here, guys? And then here's France. I mean, this is a joke. And then here's Greece. I can't even tell you what half of the stuff on here is, but fresh lemons? Are you, like, what is going on? And then here's Ukraine. I mean, the theme here is that everything is better than the US. And then here's Spain. We have fresh seafood. Just in case everybody forgot, this is the US. And again, this is doing it justice. It doesn't even look like this. It's worse.
Facts.
School lunches were not great. We're not great at all.
Is this a new thing, or have they always been eating like this?
Quishano, what were school lunches like in Germany?
I think it was more like a buffet, and you just grab your, like plates and stuff, and you just put it on
You
there.
had choices?
Yeah,
What?
you got like for the ones who are vegan, for the ones who got whatever, but I could tell most of the things. I remember like school is a little bit too far away to be honest, but university they really had great choices in a good menu, and you could just go somewhere and just choose the things that you wanted to get it on your plate, and it's not too bad. And
That is incredible.
pasta was the worst thing ever. That was so no.
You had
Not
the choice,
fresh
though.
ones that looks good, but it tasted horrible.
She had choices.
You had the choice.
Right.
You had prison food.
It wasn't just some janky ass chicken taquito Tuesday. Like
Chicken. I didn't have that. We had soy burgers, but they weren't hamburgers. They were soy burgers.
Oh.
We had that
You
extra.
always have like a vegetarian option for the ones.
But you had an option.
Yeah.
There were no options.
Yeah, there was no option. There was
Those were
absolutely no
not a
option.
thing with us.
Well,
Wait, you
and
had no options?
I think it's curious because how often people compare the American school system to the American prison system. It's basically the exact same thing. You take the same buses to the same looking building, eat the same food on the same trays. I think that's a big factor in the quality of the food here versus other countries that don't run their school system like we do.
The quality of the food here is definitely not great. My thing is that plate for the U.S. looked a lot better than what I remember growing up. Like you even had a cookie. Like you had a cookie.
Yeah, and those peas looked like they weren't just soggy and mushy and nasty, and
they looked whole. They actually look whole.
They were actual. They were what are those chicken nuggets?
Yeah,
right.
So and it did.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, in high school, if you weren't in the cafeteria in the first 3 minutes, there was no reason to even try to wait in line to get the food. Because by the time you got it, lunch was over. If you did get it.
Look, I was smart. You feel me? I was cool with the lunch ladies. I'm talking about, hey, Miss Barbara. I see you. I see you, girl. Yeah, I was good with the lunch ladies. I was taken care of. What line? Not for, but okay, Blaze.
Go in the back.
Bro, I was straight all through school. So I was good.
The only thing that I liked from school for breakfast, because we had breakfast, right, was these white chocolate raspberry scones. Like that was the
white chocolate raspberry
Y'all
scones.
had scones?
Did you go to private school?
No, I did when I was younger, but this was like a horrible school. Like we had security guards, like we had to go in. Oh yeah, this is like I lived in Newburgh, upstate New York. It was like the myrtle capital of New York. So this was not a great school.
Yeah.
But they did have scones. And
that's because you had scones. People killed each other over the scones. Hey,
we would like trade to see if anyone would have like a second scone. And that was the only good thing that we enjoyed from there. Other than that, it wasn't great at all.
And that's crazy. I mean, we also had like waffles in croissant, in like more cereals, fruits, stuff like that you could buy. But even like chocolate, like at this little spot where you can buy little things during your break. But it's not like we really had like breakfast.
Man, how about us when you
usually you bring your bread or whatsoever for breakfast or whatever, whoever.
You said bread
for breakfast.
People ate just bread for breakfast.
Yeah, in Germany we're breadheads. Everything is bread.
Huh.
You are so fit, and I'm just like, everything is bread. What?
Holla at us when you got real problems, Quashana. It's so waffles and croissants. I want a damn croissant.
But that's like, you got the ham, cheese croissants. You got the sweet ones. But like Europe, even if you look into different countries, you have a lot of bread stuff.
So not only did you have the croissant, you had options of what kind of croissant. This is crazy.
Like you should go to a German bakery. They have so much stuff, and the bread is like literally good. Not to compare to if you go to a bakery in the States, everything looks like a toast, just colored. So it's a difference. The breads are really different. Like we got real corn in there. We got different type of breads, and a lot of people who knows German bread, I think even the military have German bakeries out there on the base.
Ain't gonna be too much shade over here on our American bakeries. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be too much shade being thrown.
You got a lot of cakes, a lot of pastry stuff. But
that's why too much. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of us look the way we look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why
too many sweets.
That's why we got names for our stomach. Calm down, bitches. That's why we got names.
Like even the Coke is sweeter than the European and German ones.
Wait, what?
Yeah. But, hey,
I thought it was universal.
No.
Nah. Cap.
Everything in the States is even with more sugar, more something, and sometimes like I think in Mexico you get the Coke out of
real sugar.
Yeah.
Cane sugar.
Yeah, but I think in general in the States it's with the what is it, corn something?
Corn syrup.
Or high
fructose.
And we have I think there are different. They supposed to say how much of sugar is supposed to be in a soda.
Like a limit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Like UK.
Yeah,
Germany.
no.
I remember my mom always made us drink Diet Coke. That's all I ever had when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
but
worse.
It was like once a year she would make it a point to pour as much sugar as in a can of Coke in a cup and just come to us and be like, this is how much sugar is in a can of Coke. That's why, I mean, it was like a yearly ritual, but we had to remember that, I mean, there's that much sugar if you put it in a glass.
That's a good mom. That's a good mom.
Did that stray you away from Coke or Diet Coke afterwards?
The first like 4 years I lived away from my parents, I only drank Diet Coke. And then one day I decided to get a Coke at McDonald's or something. And I was like, never again. Never going to get a Diet Coke again. Ever, not my whole life.
Took that good sip. That should have been
done.
That's one of them commercial sips there.
Well, like, have you seen the babies trying like ice cream for the first time where their like eyes get? That's exactly how you were when you tried your first.
No doubt, bro. Like I had it, but I think when I was a kid, it was just so off limits that I didn't want to like it. I couldn't have it at home, and I mean, even when I'd be at my friend's house, I wouldn't even drink regular Coke.
I have a quick question for the timer go off. So the kids that identify as dogs and cats, do they accept the regular food, or do they need cat and dog food? Like, I got questions, baby.
Man, some kibbles and bits, bro. All right, let's go on to the deadliest social media trends.
Oof.
Social media challenges. First up is the Kiki challenge. The challenge had people jumping out of a moving car, dancing while the car is still moving, and then trying to get back in again. Cars rolled away, crashed, and even ran people over, causing one teenager to fracture their skull. At 4 is the hot water challenge, which had people pouring boiling hot water over their unsuspecting friends. Multiple people, like 15-year-old Kylan Clark, suffered second-degree burns as their friends did this to them while they were sleeping. But it gets worse with NyQuil chicken, which had people marinating their meat in cold and flu medicine. That's not how you get rid of a fever. Taking large amounts of medicine is already bad enough, but when you boil it, you're increasing the concentration further. Next up is the Tide Pod challenge, which had people biting into these brightly colored laundry detergent packets, and some people even frying them to make them taste better. What part of this looks like food? At least 10 deaths have been linked to this challenge. And then we have the blackout challenge, which is as ridiculous as it sounds. It's literally people choking themselves until they black out. And at least 80 deaths have been linked to this.
80 deaths.
For this
Why? What the? Oh.
And that's the question I want to ask is like, when we were kids, it was if your friends are jumping off a cliff, are you going to jump too? Why are you doing these things? You see people online doing it, you hear about all the bad results, but yet you want social media clout, so you try to kill yourself with Tide Pods or blacking out, or what's the driving purpose behind this?
It's always clout. It's always getting some sense of attention. Like I think one of the very few challenges of the day was the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember the cinnamon challenge where you have to take like a spoonful, like a tablespoon of cinnamon?
Yep.
Yeah, like those were not that bad. But
right.
It like this escalated. Oh,
Like,
you just had to like swallow it, but then
you can't. It's impossible.
You can't because it like dries and then you're like coughing up cinnamon powder. Yeah, like that was a thing. But like, I don't get it. You're risking your life and other people's lives. Like you put boiling hot water on your friend. At any point did it cross your mind that this is going to harm them?
Yeah, you're gonna get sued. Like you've been friends by the moment you pour the water over that person.
Yeah, like that's done.
Yeah. What I would do to somebody if they did that to me, bro.
And I mean, we
Like-
learn since we are kids, don't play with hot water, boiling water, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
These are everything that we know.
We just got a comment that said, Blaze, go ahead and say it. Look like he's holding something in.
So I'm not going to say what I want to say because it'll be cancel culture. But what I will say is, what I will say is, I miss the good old days when crazy stuff like this happened, and we could be like, "Oh, WP." We can go. Sorry, character. We can be like, "Yeah, that ain't us. That ain't us." But half of those challenges are us.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Social media has taken it completely away from race, and it just made clout isn't racist at all. Clout is wants everybody, and this is boiling hot water. Like the dude was asleep, and he poured boiling. I mean,
yeah.
How would you like to be one of those teenagers that got out of the car and started dancing and the car ran into something? You had to tell your parents, like, hey, I wrecked my car today. What happened? I wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm. You're screwed. Well, like I went to the store the other day, and this man was talking about the Tide Pod challenge. And he was like, I raised my kid better than that. I know that they're not going to do that. And it's like, okay, I'm glad that they didn't do it, but there's other parents out there who did raise their kids well, and they're still going to do it. Why? Because they want that clout. They want to be a part of what is happening in that moment.
So I know someone, you know what I'm saying, that did one of those challenges and the car ran
What happened?
Directly into a ditch. He's in the comments right now.
Is that who just sent you better not? I wish we could bring him on right now just to hear this story, bro.
Send them the link and be like, we need to hear you right now.
Yo, bro, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we need you. Yo, matter of fact, I'm sharing.
Send him the link. I gotta hear the story, man.
I'm sending the link to you right now. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and accept. You know, bro, this is insane. Like so what was the other one? NyQuil on the
chicken.
Yeah,
I mean,
I never heard about that before.
Me neither.
That was my first time hearing it.
And what does it like? I don't know. What happens then? You eat the flavored chicken with NyQuil and
you go to sleep. I guess
forever.
But I bet that must be tasting so disgusting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be able to get past the flavor of the Tide Pod, of the NyQuil. I mean, there's no way I could eat that.
Yeah, and I mean, you put like the pot into your laundry to wash it. Why should I be eating this or put it in the oven?
Exactly.
What?
Especially it's ultra concentrated. Those pods are so concentrated. Like it's crazy.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's like you be drinking it like a shot of perfume or.
Well, and then so there's another video that Quashana sent to us about I guess there's these binge eaters, these YouTube binge eaters that just go online and live stream them eating. And the girl ate for 10 hours and she died. And it's a really, really sad story. But why is this your thing? Why
clout?
Well, it's even just it was money because she was working as a waitress. And when she was doing this on the side, when she saw how much she was getting of the attention and the money, she quit, and that became her full-time job. And the parents were even concerned about her because of what she was doing. And she even got sent to the hospital a couple times while doing that in her career. Yeah. And she kept going. She was getting money.
I seen one video, and there was this one girl. She also do the mukbang type of eating, like couple of hours. But she said, like, she doesn't really, her mom used to tell her, like, you're supposed to get out and meet up with friends. But she said, like, the fan base she has that are literally her friends, they haven't, they communicated with each other. They pay for her to eat sort of things. And she said, like, it's a way of not being alone and also build like a relationship with them. I mean, I can understand the Asian culture, especially the busy countries. They might don't want to be all by themselves. That's why they started eating like with live with different people on it, but to have it in such an extreme, eating 10 hours in massive food that your stomach explodes, that's crazy.
Yeah,
nobody, you knew your stopping point.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be alone, obviously. Nobody want to be broke. People want to impress people. So it's a lot of those things. It all boils down to how you're raised. Like parents, if anybody that's a parent and anybody that's looking to become a parent, like these are the reasons why you're on point with your kids, because like teach them like just all kind of things that'll protect them to the best of your ability from extremes, because they take it there. It's insane.
100%. And to Kwashana's point of people don't feel like they're as alone when they live stream things like this. Like look, if you can get paid for live streaming you eating lunch, more power to you. If I thought people wanted to watch me eating lunch, I would live stream it every day. But the binge eating, that's what we're, like, there's got to be a limit. There's got to be a limit somewhere, sometime. Same thing with the litter boxes. I mean, we can understand everything to a degree.
Yep.
But once you try to push it past the point of understanding, it's just gone too far.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna go to the questions of the week. Is there anybody who wants to volunteer to go first?
I do.
All right,
Blaze. Look at that.
Right, we'll do Blaze and then Kwashana.
I was ready this time, but you know what? She raised her hand.
She raised her hand first. She might not have said anything, but she was like instantly.
All right. So we'll run Kwashana.
All right. Question of the week is: would you rather take 500,000 or go on a dinner with Jay-Z?
Oh, 500K easily. Oh, I'm sorry, the timer didn't start.
I wish I would turn down. I wish I would turn down 500K to go talk to damn Jay-Z. What the heck is wrong with people, bro?
Okay. Well, okay. I think I was a little premature with that.
No, the hell you was not.
No. But hear me out, and I'll tell you why. He is a great businessman. He is.
I wouldn't give a damn. What? 500,000. 500.
I'm gonna make it with 50.
Okay. 50,000.
1,000. What the heck y'all talking about? What the heck you talking about? Okay, maybe not 1,000. Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, I'll take the dinner. For 1,000, I would take the dinner.
Maybe I'm tripping a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, people kill me, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that he gonna say to you, if you don't have it in you, it don't even matter sometimes. That's one. It's like this one tough. Somebody else got to go. This crazy.
Leslie, what do you talk about? What do you think you would pick his brain about as being a good businessman?
I would say that, like, with the way that today is social media and understanding that you can get signed or notice and recognition by a post or that goes viral, right? I would ask him, like, how would you navigate in this world in today's day and age to become a successful creative artist, musician, whatever it may be? Like, I would like to have that conversation.
I think maybe if I wasn't a promoter and marketer, then maybe I would have the mindset, me 500,000, please. 20% of that's gonna go on straight billboards all over everywhere. You feel me? Another 20% gonna go to some popular influencers that's gonna go ahead and post about your boy, and get that Blaze It Up radio coffee mug that's on blaze100.com/blaze it up and another piece of that is gonna go to
Right Breathe.
Another piece of that go make sure that the Rapid Rants podcast is viral. There's so much that we could do with the bread. It's dead.
But if you have to pay to get your stuff noticed, is that really true viral?
That's the way of the world right now.
Really, you're paying for it.
Look, a lot of
so there's no generic like.
A lot of these people that go viral. I was the director of music for Universal Music in 2019. I met a guy who that was his job to make people go viral. Like the whole "Catch Me Outside." How about that? That little girl. They went after it picked up a little steam on Dr. Phil. They went to her house. All right, look, we're gonna make this go viral. You keep being ratchet, mama. You keep having issues with it. We're gonna pay some people to be in these comments to make sure, and then things are just gonna ramp up. And as it ramp up, oh, the little girl that's sweeping the nation. They pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of they look to see something that's kind of popular and then they make it go viral.
You think Hawk Tua came out of nowhere, bro? Plant. It's a plant. No doubt.
You need to answer the question.
The Simpsons, bro. The Simpsons.
Oh, I mean, she was like, you need to answer the question. Answer the question.
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
I would definitely take the 50K. There's no doubt. And especially, I mean, Jay-Z's the next one to go, bro. He's the next one to get canceled. I guarantee it. He's on the list with Diddy. It's on the way. How about you, Quashana?
Well, I would not take the money because who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do business with him, be convincing him to do a feature, be able to jump on the podcast. So it's gonna be even more efficient than just taking the money.
Beyonce ain't gonna be happy.
he can't be on the remix of Dangalang. Sorry.
It's your boy.
All right, Blaze. Let's run Blaze.
All right, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I was definitely getting ready to switch my question to if you had to identify as another certain animal, what kind of animal would it be? But I'm not gonna do that. So right before I ask, everyone in here has siblings. We all have siblings, like a brother or sister. So what is something that you did to get your sibling in trouble with your parents?
Oh, I'm not that close to my brother. He's on my dad's side. I don't know how old he is either. That's horrible.
So you never got anyone in trouble for like
no. I was the one who typically took the rap for certain things. I was easier to blame. Well, she did it.
It wasn't for me. Like, well, my brother and I, we had, I don't know. It was like an unusual kind of relationship. Like, as we were growing up, my parents, they weren't like super strict, but they had us convinced that like their rules were good rules and we just followed them. Like it wasn't until I was, I don't know, 20 something, and he's 5 years older than me, that we started cussing in front of each other.
That's crazy,
right?
So I'm not even talking about like extra extreme. I'm talking about something as simple as like, for example, I'll give mine. So in our house, we, my mom had a, thing after it was a certain time, kitchen is closed, and there's a certain time you can't come out of your room. So what me and my brother used to do, we was like, we thirsty, we gonna sneak to the kitchen and go cop some of that juice. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure that I went first because I knew I figured it out. Like, you know what? She gonna notice that some of the juice is gone. So I got an idea, and he tried me the other day, so I got something for him. So I went, took me a good nice swig, put the juice back, went out. So then sent him. I'm like, all right, go. He went. Now in our hallway, right next to our mom's room, you have to pass it to go to the kitchen. We used to have these things on the carpet. They're like sealed. They're like plastic mats. Mm-hmm. But if you flip them upside down, they're spiky. Like spiky.
Oh, so yeah.
I flipped it because I knew he was going to run back, step on it, make noise. She was going to come out, catch him.
That's diabolical.
I was just about to say that.
Needless to say,
it's like premeditated, man.
Needless to say,
that's ruthless.
I was in bed like,
oh man.
So yeah. So
wow. Quashana, how about you?
Well, I don't really remember like big time stuff, but I think like the small things, if you get the blame for something and I was the one who did it, or the situation was more like, okay, well, nah, it was her. Yeah, of course. Who doesn't do that? Or
I need details. I need
but
details
I
on
think
this.
Yeah, let's hear
it's
it.
such an extreme. I don't know. No, I didn't do that.
Give me some details of one of those small situations. You know,
Who broke the glass or something? You know, like who did this? Who did the mess or some? Like, okay, but it was never like something bad where you blame someone and he got really punished for something, or you had to be in the house for like 2 weeks or so. No.
Yeah, my mama whooped his. She went, oh, so you just finna be out the room?
Oh my god!
I think for me, if I have anything for this one, it would be because first of all, you have to understand, I was an extraordinarily emotional kid. I would flip the fuck out at the drop of a hat. So like, if we're playing a video game and he's doing really well, I was dead convinced he put a cheat code in, and that was my big thing. I mean, I would freak out, and I mean, like, I would tell my parents that's why I'm freaking out and everything, but he never did. I mean, this was like really before cheat codes were a thing. So,
yeah, you just had.
I'm talking about Super Nintendo, like Tecmo Super Bowl, bro. Like, all right,
that's dope.
Leslie, you got yours?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Let's run Leslie.
All right. If you could take one thing back in life, what would it be?
Oh, I got a few of them.
Only one.
If I could take one thing back. I mean, I always want to say meeting my ex, but I'll try to keep it. Try to find something else.
I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I know that was a big time for you.
I think there's just been a lot of hindsight situations I can't think of right now. But like when someone says something to me, and then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, that was a perfect response, and I didn't think of it until right now. I think I would choose one of those moments for real.
I've had a lot of those. I still do.
Yeah.
See, those are the times when like people say like, oh, I never hear God's voice. Those are the times where God truly speaks to you. You know, when you're like, something told me not to do that. That's God, bro.
Escalated the situation.
Okay, so let me see. Something that I was gonna throw a couple X's in there too.
It made you who you are.
Yeah, that's true. Dang it. Somebody else go. I can't.
We'll think of it right after this, just like I was talking about. Like,
oh man, now I know.
I should have said that.
I think I would have even two choices. Yeah. I think the first one would be I should have finished my studies the first time I started studying instead of having a good time, and party was more important and whatsoever. So yeah. So that's what I did in the second round. Again, to start all over again to finish my studies, but well, at least I did. But I think that would be one thing, and can I make the second one too?
I'll let you for this point. I'll let you get two.
Okay. And then I think I would have. My parents would always be like, "Yeah, you need to, learn something. Like you can't concentrate on music too much." And I mean, it's nice, but so I think I had a lot of opportunities back then. I didn't take them, and I think that's also something I would jump on with the mindset of now.
Wow.
Yeah. She made me realize mine. She made me realize I wouldn't have gone to film school.
Nope.
I did not need to go to film school. I went to Full Sail. I am $85,000 in debt to this day.
It's that much?
To this day. And it's more now. It's like 120 now.
Oh my God.
But if I had spent, let's see, it was a 22-month program. I ended up with my bachelor's degree. But if I had spent 22 months where I was from in Maryland, Discovery Channel 20 minutes away from me, if I had just spent that time interning, volunteering, PAing, just build the relationships, I would have been in the industry before I actually graduated.
So with you graduating from film school, you still have the ability to go back and let's say I need to use this camera for da 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 da. You can get it for free. You can't.
No.
Oh well, yeah. Mistakes, bro.
No.
Mistakes.
I mean, they Full Sail brought me, like, when you go visit, they take you on a behind the scenes tour and you get to see all the facilities that you get to.
Been there.
Never ever did I step in foot in any of those facilities they show you on behind the scenes tour. Not one time the entire time I went to school.
In the classroom.
It was so annoying, bro. Like, there was this one theater they bring you into and they're like, this is where you learn to program surround sound for movie theaters, and they got the mixing board and you got all these speakers around you, and you're in heaven. You're an 18-year-old in the film. And
we got 30 seconds. I have
as far as I know, that room is just props.
Yeah, we have 25.
It's a selling point.
We have 25 seconds. We have 25 seconds now. I have mine. So there is a friend of mine that we're just got cool after a few years, but he was someone that used to always get beat up a lot. And of course, that's my friend. So I always wanted to take up for my friend. And one of the times I stood by him and we got jumped and beat up and they knocked a little tooth out. You feel me? And I have to deal with that for the rest of my life. So I had a chance to take that back. I'd have been like, bro, you on your own. And that's what
Wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it.
It was not.
Leslie now.
What?
What did you say? You're.
Oh no, I would get rid of smoking cigarettes for the first time. I'm nicotine free for 2.5 months now, but I would have gotten rid of that.
Good answer.
Straight up.
All right.
I wish it was going a little longer.
All right.
I'd be jamming.
So y'all missed this last week, but Blaze inspired this question that I have today. And I want Blaze to answer first for this very reason. He'll know why. But what is the most irrational fear you've ever had in your whole life? Even if you don't still have that fear, what is the most irrational fear that you've ever had? Blaze, go.
Oh, you poor bastard. So I was afraid of butterflies.
Of butterflies?
Yep.
No.
Yep. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why I was afraid of butterflies.
Yeah,
I was.
And then what happened?
Like a trauma in your childhood?
It was. I don't know. It was something, but I just ain't like them. And then when they got close to me, I freaked, lost my mind. So, I've shared this story with an ex, which can kick rocks. But anyways, now everybody trying to call through a thing. So said ex wanted to surprise me, so put a blindfold on me, and we went to Butterfly World. I didn't know because I had the blindfold. So they have the stuff that you can kind of spray whatever to make the butterflies come to you. So I didn't even feel them. I just know when they took the blindfold off, hundreds of those bows. Get up.
Oh my god!
Fucking butterflies, bro.
Yeah. Yep. I'm healed now, but yeah,
I'm healed.
Yep.
God has saved me.
God has an amazing sense of humor because I have lupus, and what is the lupus freaking mascot? The damn butterfly. This is crazy.
Hilarious.
That's
hilarious,
crazy.
bro.
He's like, I'm a comedian too, if you didn't know.
I would say my most irrational fear, and I think I still have it to this day, submarines freak me out. The fact that they exist, seeing them, imagining being on them underwater and one thing goes wrong and that's the end of everybody on the submarine. Then also the idea of, like, when I was a kid and we'd be on my family's boat, I was always terrified that a submarine was just going to pop up when we were going real fast. Like, that's a thing that happens. It's not a thing that happens. It never did. It never will. But I hate submarines. They're terrifying.
You still hate them?
Yeah, my friends made me go on. There's in the Baltimore Harbor. They have a submarine, like an old decommissioned military submarine. You can go inside, and my friends made me go in one, and I never want to do it again.
So the Titanic submersible thing must have been a horror movie for you.
It's true, but it's really the bigger ones that scare me. But.
You see, I told you. It's like so they're on the news. They didn't make it. I told you. See,
Leslie, how about you?
Cruises.
Okay.
I still
Cruises?
nope. Yeah, cruises. Like
you've been on one?
No, I won't. I won't. Like, my mom has mentioned it. She's been on cruises like to Mexico. That's awesome. I don't want to fall overboard. I don't want to get seasick. I don't want to get stranded. Ty was like, oh, we should go on a cruise. Nope. I don't want to be on a cruise at all. I don't care where the destination is.
I will tell you. I just did one last year.
Good for you.
Check me out. All of the reasons why you wouldn't do it were the reasons that I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But they have they have medication. They have I had the little patch behind the ear so you don't get seasick.
Pass that on Xanax the whole time.
I didn't even need it because when you're on a cruise ship, they don't waddle,
right?
So you won't even feel like you're moving. The only reason you know you're moving if you look out and you see the slow altitude.
30 seconds.
You gotta go
30
to
seconds.
Quishana.
Quishana, go.
Okay, I'll make it short. I hate snakes.
All right.
That's
not irrational, though. That's not an irrational fear.
Yeah,
that's
a
real snakes, fear. Even if they're dead.
Even if they're dead?
Oh my God. I only touched one once, but it was like a yellow white one.
No.
But I thought they were like slippery, like
they have that.
No, they were warm, but no.
Even if they're dead.
You made it irrational.
If they're dead.
Yo. Oh, that's amazing.
All right, well, hell yeah. This has been a dope episode of Rapid Rants,
man.
episode 6. You can catch us every single Friday at 3 p.m. EST. We'll see y'all next week. Oh no, I almost forgot to tell them that they can always find us on
the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series